Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to the first edition of Tag Team, brought to you by Unified Wrestling and UnifiedWrestling.com. Let me start off by introducing ourselves. My name is Caesar Scorpio, alongside the invincible E. Vincent, and together we'll be going over and reviewing all four corners of North America wrestling, including WWE, TNA, and even AAA Lucha Libre in Mexico. We will be going over the weekly shows, beginning with NXT, also going over the SmackDown, AAA Lucha Libre, also Monday Night Raw, and any pay-per-views that we might have come across in that current week. After that being said, we want to make sure that you guys understand that to kick off, we want to talk about the last pay-per-view that actually came, was the Elimination Chamber. I don't know about you, but it's not all expected, guys. I mean, we had some great matches in the Elimination Chamber itself, but the matches building up to it, like the tag team here with Kozlov and Mr. Cobra.
Yeah.
Santino. Yeah, Santino and Kozlov had those fights here with them the previous 2 weeks. They did it on Monday Night Raw. They did it on SmackDown. We were fortunate enough to be at SmackDown for the 600th episode. But they've already shown that they were able to beat them, and then they just lose the titles like that at a pay-per-view. It was just not.
It's a little bit. I mean, it
overkill. Having three matches, the same match, same thing over and over again. It gets old. But fact is that they lost titles to Thor. We're talking about what are these dudes?
Justin Gabriel. Yeah. Seems to break his ribs every single time he does that 540 splash.
Yeah, Justin Gabriel. Yeah, the guy that seems to break his ribs. Heath Slater. Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel. Yeah, losing the belts to those two guys.
So,
go ahead.
No, we'll see where it goes, but it gets a bit tiresome. Hopefully they do something interesting with that storyline, but we'll see what happens.
Looks like they're going that direction. I mean, who's to know from the WWE, right? Again, a lot of this thing with the Elimination Chamber. Again, the match here, the actual matches in the Elimination Chamber were awesome. Rey Mysterio, Edge. I mean, I personally don't favor either one of them, but they did impress in that match, and my hat comes off to both of them. The other Elimination Chamber match where the belt was not on the line, but the number one contendership was to fight The Miz at WrestleMania. Of course, everybody knows that John Cena ended up winning that Elimination Chamber match. Wasn't, I would say, as good as the first, but CM Punk did impress. Also, like I mentioned, John Morrison, out of control. Ridiculous. I mean, I don't know why that guy, he's in my opinion, the next Shawn Michaels. He's
going to get a whole lot more screen time as this year goes on, I'm sure.
He should, and for good reason. He deserves it. And as we all mentioned here, the anticipation for the 2/21/2011 Monday Night Raw was huge. I mean, they've been milking this for the past month, and it seemed obvious that it was going to be The Undertaker and Sting. Everybody saw it coming. Undertaker and Sting. It's going to come. There's people that have already produced wallpapers on the internet showing Undertaker and Sting. Sting was nowhere to be seen, either in TNA. It was talked about in the New York Times that Sting had signed a one-year contract with WWE about a month ago. Where's Sting? Don't know.
Nowhere.
Yeah, it was great to see Triple H come back. It was great to see The Undertaker come back, even though it's getting kind of old seeing The Undertaker leave, come back, leave, come back. But I mean,
he was on vacation.
He's the Brett Favre of wrestling.
Of course he is.
Yeah. So it's given. The guy's gonna wrestle until the wheels fall off. But Triple H, of course, it came out beautifully. The attention was all on The Undertaker. Then Game comes up. I motored it. It was great. Great to see them both. They did the stare down. Obviously, going to be a WrestleMania match. Yeah. Looks like from what everybody's saying on the internet, it's going to be another streak versus career match. It seems as Triple H is ready to retire. He's working behind the scenes at WWE. Doesn't look like he's that involved in the actual wrestling itself. Looks like he came in possibly to defer some attention here from the Sting situation. Don't know exactly what it is, even though TNA is promising to have a huge, huge show coming up this Thursday. So I'm looking forward to that as well. But without leading the track here and going to TNA just yet, it was a good 221 Monday Night Raw. But when you're like me, big wrestling fan for quite some time, it would have been great to see Sting back, especially when Vince McMahon is in the mood to just, like you were saying here before,
throw curveballs for no reason.
Throw curveballs and just sewing relationships with previous wrestlers.
Yeah, because it seems like over the last about year or so, Vince McMahon has been going through a process of mending fences with different wrestlers that they've had sore relations with before. From Bret Hart coming back, all of the old schoolers who got their own separate honor last year. It's like month after month. He seems like he's trying to either he's trying to get into heaven now or something or something. But the business as it is, it's all uncles and cousins. The business as it is, it's all uncles and cousins. Everybody's related to almost everybody anyway. There's second and third generation players. So, there's a lot of families that are involved. So it seems like he's going through a process of trying to mend some fences.
Yeah, to me and to most of the wrestling world out there, it seemed like a dream match. Having The Undertaker, a guy that's 50-something years old, fight Sting, another 50-something-year-old guy.
No question.
I mean, it would have been legit, but who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? I don't even know if he's actually signed with WWE, signed with TNA, if he's on vacation in Cancun somewhere. Who knows? It doesn't look like he's anywhere at this point, but again, he could pop up anytime. He's Sting. That's what he does. Okay, so that's pretty much it. What happened here with that's what happened here to again this big show that we're seeing here from TNA over to TNA. It was a surprise to me that Ric Flair had actually looked like he joined sides with on Fortune's side. Looked like he was friends with Fortune here. On Fortune's side, looked like he was friends with Fortune here. And then all of a sudden, boom! He ups and I'm immortal now. So according to what happened, if everybody was watching your TNA Impact, Ric Flair might be having her with AJ Styles. Now, personally, I like to see a 60-year-old man get tore up by AJ Styles. AJ Styles is a legitimate wrestler. He's probably one of the top 5 in the business. But having Ric Flair, I mean, the last time I saw Ric Flair and was actually interested in watching a match with Ric Flair was that debacle with Ric Flair against Hollywood Hulk Hogan. And
yeah,
everyone knows how that turned out. Disaster. So I don't see that happening. TNA's bringing out great product right now. They're coming out with great matches. They have great personnel over there. The whole deal with Kurt Angle and Jeff Jarrett, and the wife Karen, the whole renewing the vows here on March 3rd, that's going to be huge. Can't wait to see what happens there. But it's going to be huge. TNA did promise a huge show here for Thursday. So looking forward to it, seeing what happens with that. We will go ahead and make sure that we give you all the up-to-date information as to what happens during the show. And remember that we also make sure that you also check out the website. There you go. Another thing here on the front is that, again, back to that last, going to that last Impact, we saw that Matt Hardy looks like Ric Flair and Matt Hardy were here working together. Looks like here what happened with Mr. Anderson, Kenny Anderson, of course, after losing his belt and against all odds to Jeff Hardy, did want a match against Jeff Hardy for rematch, which is usually deserved when the champ loses the belt. That's not according to Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff said what he wanted to do was have RVD get his shot back again, because as everybody remembers, he was stripped of his belt. He never actually lost his title. It was stripped, so he had a chance to get his title back. Everybody saw what happened on. Hopefully, everybody's in Impact when they saw Jeff defend his title against RD. Now, RD, according to everybody shall know, Jeff Hardy didn't use legal moves, but everybody's if you notice here with the old groin shot
Yeah.
when he was barking at Mr. Anderson. So RVD was upset about it. RVD got finisher done on him by Mr. Anderson, and Mr. Anderson is still looking for some vindication when it comes to getting that rematch back. According to Eric Bischoff, he needs to wait in line, but again, it should be coming soon. Staying here with Mr. Anderson, I'm not sure how recent this was. It wasn't too recent, but there was here some video of Mr. Anderson in AAA, Lucha Libre, Sin Límite Lucha Libre, in Mexico. Now, the footage here was on Monday night. Now, that was in AAA Lucha Libre on luchalibreaaa.com. Live stream here at the bottom of that page. In Spanish, you can see the triple threat match there. Electroshock, the champion Diaz, and Mr. Anderson himself fighting in the Octagon ring, which is AAA Lucha Libre. Now, it's not current, of course, because the champion right now in AAA Lucha Libre is Zorro. It's not Mesias. Mesias used to be the champ, lost his belt to Zorro.
Yeah. And what I've been checking, it looks like Mr. Anderson's been going back and forth between AAA and TNA for at least a few months, a good 6-9 months or so.
Okay.
Possibly longer, but that's what I've seen so far.
So if you do that, if you decide on going on Lucha Libre AAA.com, again, that's luchalibreaaa.com, you might be able to see this on the videos. Mr. Anderson fighting in Lucha Libre. Again, moonlighting here. I don't know if TNA doesn't pay enough or what it is, but he's there. Free
those lights on.
Free to check it out if you want. Now, is there anything else that we need to cover on this?
Let's see.
Now with AAA, we do have some information here in regards to good wrestlers in that event. I'm not sure how many of you watch wrestling, but we'll just touch on it briefly because, again, most of North America doesn't watch channels that they can't understand. So just keep an eye out for these two wrestlers, Extreme Tiger and Jack Evans. Jack Evans is an American wrestler that found his way down south and is extremely entertaining to watch. He's like another Evan Bourne. So if you hadn't had the opportunity to watch this man wrestle, check him out. You won't regret it. If you TiVo the AAA on Saturdays, TiVo it, DVR, whatever it is that you use. Fast forward till you see the pale guy running into the ring with the Eminem music theme, and grab some popcorn.
You will not be disappointed.
Awesome. He usually tag teams with that guy, Extreme Tiger. Great show. You won't regret it. If you watched WCW back in the day, you'll notice some of these wrestlers like Conan, La Parca are there. We are here to make sure you guys understand that. That's what we are here to cover. Make sure you guys understand that we are covering all of North America Lucha Libre. That's to, again, wrestling fans here in the United States. I think that's pretty much covers it. Looks like that does it here for this week. We will cover again this big show that's coming on here, TNA Impact, on Thursday night. Now, we will be reviewing that on our next show on YouTube. Be sure, again, you subscribe to our shows. Make sure that you catch every show here weekly. Also, this show will be available on unifiedwrestling.com. There will be a link to that YouTube, so check it out. Be sure you keep connected, and we will touch base on that. Also, the SmackDown coming up. We'll be keeping track of the Monday Night Raw, and of course that AAA Lucha Libre. There's something significant to the fans in any kind of wrestling, whether it be all the news that we have updated on our website, wrestling.com, should be available also on Facebook and some of it on Twitter as well. We will have new improvements to the website. We will have, I won't say that. Subscribe to our show, and again, feel free to send us questions if you have any. Looks like anything else to add here, E?
That's all I got today.
All right. So be sure again to check next week. We will have another show talking about the most recent information and any breaking news that we might have in the world of wrestling. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and see you guys next week. Have a good one.
Take care.